episode, we will be looking at subtracting basic fractions. The very first example we can clearly see straight away that the denominators are the same. Now, if you look over here, we've got 8 there and 8 there. So the denominators are the bottom numbers of the fraction, and the top numbers are called numerators. So we can see the bottom numbers are the same, the denominators are the same, and that is the main aim of subtracting or adding. Now, here we've got a few guidance notes. Subtract the numerators and keep the same denominators. So it's the rule states when the denominators are the same, you keep the answer, especially when you're adding subtracting. Now, all you need to do here is simply do 5 take away 2, which gives you 3, and that is the answer when working with the same denominator. Now let's move on. So what happens when you multiply fractions with different denominators? Okay, so let's take a look here. So you've got 4/6 subtracted by 1/4. Clearly see the denominators are different. So what you do here is you multiply the very first fraction by the opposite denominator, which is 4. So we can times that by 4. Times it by 4, you times both the numerator, which is the top number, and the denominator. Okay, and then you get your next number, which is 1/4, and you multiply it by the opposite denominator, which is 6. So again, you multiply the numerator and the denominator by 6. Now let's put this into working out now. So we've got 4 multiplied at the top and 4 multiplied at the bottom. So they are the original fraction, which is 4/6. So 4 times 4 and 4 times 6. And you will subtract that by 1/4, but that 1/4 is being multiplied by 6. Now, I'll keep it color coding. You can match them up and see what I've done. So as you can see that we were multiplying by the opposite denominator times by 6 by times by 6. You do the numerator times by 6 and the denominator times by 6. Now, all we need to do is work these out. So 4 times 4 is 16 and is 24. Now, again, if you're having a bit of trouble with your multiplication, I have put the grid up here, and there is your 4 times table, and there is your 6 times table in those lines. So you just need to go through those, and it should give you the correct answer. So the next part moving on is 6 times 1, everyone should know, is 6, and 6 times 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 24. Now, again, the main aim, as I mentioned, was to keep the denominators the same, and we've managed to reach that aim. So the rule states where keep the denominator the same, which makes it 24, and you simply take away the numerator by the numerator, which gives you 16, take away 6, it gives you 10. Now, as you move a bit more advanced, when you get into year 5 and year 6, 11 plus SATs and beyond, they expect you to simplify that. Simplify basically means when you make a fraction, put it into its smallest form. And you do that by finding numbers that they both divide into. Now, remember, they both have to go into that number. So in the case of this, we can say, okay, let's try divide it by 2, and we divide that by 2. So how we look at that is we say, okay, 10 divided by 2 is 5, and 24 divided by 2 is 12. Now, just another reminder that you have to make sure you have to divide by the same number. Now, you cannot choose different numbers. You can't say 2 there and 12 there. You have to divide by the same number. So you have to make sure they both go into that. Here, these two numbers cannot have any similar numbers that go into them. Therefore, we leave it there, and 5/12 is your answer. Okay.